Hi there. Welcome to the Vehicle and Pedestrian Demarcation training video. My name is Glenn, and I'll be your host. In this video, you will learn everything you need to know about vehicle and pedestrian interaction and the correct procedures to follow when in the workplace. We hope you'll enjoy this presentation and that you'll remember everything you learn. For you to better understand the demarcation standards, we'll start off by explaining what a typical mining section will look like. The decline going down the mine is called the dip side of the mine. Strike or face are the areas where the mining takes place. This line represents the main conveyor belt, transporting the mined ore. Strike conveyor belts extend across the mine and dump ore onto the main conveyor belts for extraction to the surface. Green lines represent travelling ways that have been demarcated for pedestrians only. Red lines represent travelling ways that have been demarcated for vehicles only. Yellow lines represent high people and vehicle interaction areas. There are a few general rules that pedestrians and vehicle operators must follow when in the workplace. Let's have a look at the general rules for pedestrians. 1. A pedestrian must always be a minimum of 5 meters away from any vehicle operating in any area. 2. When a vehicle approaches, the cap lamp of the pedestrian will start to flicker, indicating that a vehicle is close by. The pedestrian must locate the vehicle and signal the operator by using his cap lamp. The driver will acknowledge the pedestrian by using the vehicle's horn. 3. Pedestrians are only allowed to travel in the green sparkle pipe demarcated travelling ways. 4. Pedestrians and operators' cap lamps must first be tested in the lamp room to ensure that they have a fully functional PVD tag attached to them. 5. Pedestrians are allowed to move around in the undemarcated areas. This concludes the general rules for pedestrians. Next, we'll have a look at the general rules for vehicle operators. 1. Always drive on the down-dip side of haulages. 2. Continuously check your PVD system for pedestrians that might be in the area, especially when you're approaching or driving in a high people and vehicle interaction area. 3. Acknowledge pedestrians by hooting and signalling with your cap lamp. 4. Vehicle operators are only allowed to enter temporary or permanent roadways when authorized to do so. Demarcations must be displayed first before they can enter a roadway. 5. Whenever a driver exits his vehicle, he must hang red triangles in the front and at the back of his vehicle. The driver is now seen as a pedestrian and must therefore also hang a green triangle. And this concludes the general rules for pedestrians and vehicle operators. Next, we can look at the different demarcation standards. There are 3 demarcation standards that you should always look out for: pedestrian travelling ways, vehicle roadways, and pedestrian and vehicle interaction areas. Let's look at the first one: pedestrian travelling ways. The areas demarcated for pedestrians are known as permanent travelling ways, dip travelling ways, and undemarcated areas. We'll look at permanent travelling ways first. Permanent travelling ways are found along conveyor ways going down the mine, strike conveyor ways that go across the mine, and travelling ways at the chairlift incline. These permanent travelling ways are intended for use by pedestrians only and will be marked with green sparkling sticks. Strike travelling ways are also seen as permanent travelling ways. Vehicles will only be allowed to enter permanent travelling ways if the operator is authorised to do so. Except for the green sparkle sticks, you'll see signs indicating where refuge chambers, waiting areas and safe areas will be. You'll also see TMM warning signs, indicating that they are not allowed in the pedestrian travelling ways. The next area to discuss is the dip travelling ways. Dip travelling ways will be located closer to your mining face. You will find green sparkle sticks and green triangles, indicating that people are travelling in these areas. As the face advances, so will the conveyor belts, refuge chambers, waiting places, and safe areas. Lastly, we'll look at the undemarcated areas. Undemarcated areas are located closest to strike boards and developments on dip. Here, pedestrians can freely move around without any demarcations being present. And this concludes the demarcation standards for pedestrian travelling ways. Next, we'll have a look at the demarcation standards for vehicles. The areas demarcated for vehicles are known as permanent roadways, temporary roadways, dip roadways, and undemarcated areas. Let's have a look at the first one, permanent roadways. Permanent roadways are marked in red and they're demarcated with red sparkle sticks. This means that only TMMs are allowed to enter this roadway. When entering a permanent roadway, you should see red sparkle sticks at 6 to 9 meter intervals. Sparkle sticks will always be visible at roadway intersections and crossings. These roadways will also contain signs indicating where refuge chambers are located. You'll also see pedestrian warning signs, indicating that they are not allowed to enter the red demarcated roadway. First aid signs will indicate the direction you should travel to find safe areas. Tip areas are also located in permanent roadways where operators can deposit ore. The second area to discuss is the temporary roadways. A temporary roadway will generally be found in undemarcated areas. Temporary demarcations will be present, indicating that it is tasked for work. An operator can only enter these areas when authorized to do so, and only after the temporary demarcations are displayed. Let's look at the next one, dip roadways. The dip roadway is located on the dip side of the panel. The dip roadways flows into the permanent roadways that form the back areas. The main function of the dip roadway is to provide a safe passage where TMMs can travel up and down a section with minimal interaction with pedestrians. Dip roadways should have red sparkle sticks spaced 6 to 9 meters apart. The last area to discuss is the undemarcated areas. Pedestrians can freely move around in undemarcated areas without any demarcations present. As an operator, you can never enter an undemarcated area. You can only enter these areas when under instruction to do so. And this concludes the demarcation standards for vehicle roadways. But there is one more thing we need to discuss. When a vehicle operator needs to enter or exit a temporary, dip, or an undemarcated area, there are specific procedures that must be followed. Let's have a look at these procedures. Entering procedure. 1. Before entering an undemarcated area, park the vehicle in the down dip position. Park the vehicle closest to the vertical permanent roadway or high people and vehicle interaction areas. 2. Exit the vehicle and hang red triangles in front and at the back of the vehicle. Hang a green triangle as well, indicating that you are a pedestrian. 3. Walk the route where the vehicle will operate in. When you come across pedestrians, warn them that you're about to enter the area. the pedestrians must remove their green triangle and clear the area. Once in a safe place, the pedestrians must hang their green triangle again. 4. Continuously inspect the area as you move along. Look out for material that can be harmful to you or the vehicle. Inspect that all reversing and turning areas are clear. Once you've reached the desired area and declared it to be safe, you can start hanging the red sparkling sticks. 5. Hang the red sparkle sticks as you make your way back to the vehicle. Space the sparkling sticks 6 to 9 meters apart. Always hang a sparkling stick in the middle of a crossing or intersection. 6. When you're back at the vehicle, remove the red and green triangles. Leave one red triangle at the panel's entrance. This will indicate that a TMM is currently in operation. You can now proceed to the working area. Exiting procedure 1. When exiting the undemarcated area, park the vehicle in the same place as before. 2. Exit the vehicle and hang red triangles in front and at the back of the vehicle. Hang a green triangle as well, indicating that you are a pedestrian. You can now start removing the red sparkling sticks. 3. Remove the sparkling sticks all the way to the area you just came from. Once you've removed all the sparkling sticks, you can make your way back to the vehicle. 4. When you're back at the vehicle, remove the green and red triangles. You can now proceed to the next working area. This concludes the correct entering and exiting procedures for vehicle operators. The last demarcation standard we need to know about is the high people and high vehicle interaction areas. High people and vehicle interaction zones exist where vehicle roadways and pedestrian travelling ways intersect. You will find red and green demarcations in these areas. As an operator of a vehicle, always make sure that you look out for the "Beware of Pedestrians" sign. Pedestrians are operating in this area, so be on your guard. Vehicles always have the right of way, but be on your guard for pedestrians working in these areas. As a pedestrian travelling in this area, look out for the "Beware of TMM" warning signs. This will indicate that you're in a high people and vehicle interaction area. Vehicles always have the right of way. So, as a pedestrian, be careful when working in these areas. Always remember that a piece of equipment can be replaced or fixed, but we can never replace your life. That is why it is so important to always adhere to the rules and standards as set out by the mine. And there you have it. This concludes the demarcation standards for pedestrians and vehicles. Thanks for watching.